ZEITGEIST Moving Forward is a great movie, and great movies make great mistakes. I'm going to summarize them into a top 10 list for you. For those who are not familiar with ZEITGEIST, it's a free movie. You can download the free DVD on torrent, or you can watch it free on their website, ZEITGEISTMoving.com. The 2011 ZEITGEIST Moving Forward is a documentary about building sustainable modern economy. Kind of similar to the ideology of the recent Occupy Wall Street movement. It makes many interesting points. Some I agree, some I don't. So let's see the top 10 list. Number 1, economy is supposed to economize, but our society does not economize. That I do not agree. Cars have improved mileage. Refrigerator is more efficient. Light bulbs save more energy. Even your big screen LED TV consume less energy than the CRT models. Agriculture feed more people than before. That fits the very meaning of economize, to do more with less. I agree with the movie. The fact is we do consume more energy than our ancestors. It's not because we are more greedy. It's because there are more people on earth and with much higher living standard. Number 2, rich powerful people conspire against us. For that, I would say, don't blame the corruption of the powerful people for the stupidity of the common man. 62 million people elect George Bush for a second time on 2004. Is that conspiracy or stupidity? Fox News was the most popular news channel in the media. Is that conspiracy or stupidity? 70% of Americans believe in WMD. Is that conspiracy or stupidity? Y2K, which predict the meltdown of civilization, is that conspiracy or stupidity? It's not the conspiracy of the powerful people, but it's more the inadequacy of the common mind. It's the rich people are our enemies and the poor people are friends. Warren Buffett, the second richest man in the world, is he not rich enough? Is he not powerful enough? Yet he complained the tax for rich people is too low.
And their tax rate, literally, in many cases, it's not, well, it's the same and maybe even higher than my own tax rate since they cut the rate on capital gains, is a huge benefit to the very rich. And frankly, I think that Bill and I should have a higher tax rate on the income we get. We pay a lot of taxes, but it's really at a very low rate, and it's a rate that's less than half the tax rate that I was paying 25 years ago when I was making a lot less money.
I think we probably need a more progressive system as we look to balance the budget, that at some point I think people recognize that needs to be done. Probably one of the ways that will be done is that the rich should bear a somewhat higher proportion of the burden than they do today.
So the number 1 and number 2 richest American, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, both wants to pay higher income tax. Yet who is stopping them?
Your new tax plan is going to tax you more, isn't it? Well, here's what's going to happen.
So this poor guy, Joe the plumber, who later said he made less than $250,000 a year, is worrying about the tax increase that is specifically targeted for the $250,000. So this guy want Warren Buffett and Bill Gates to pay less tax. Is that stupidity or conspiracy? And the poor folks in Tea Party movement all wants lower tax for the job creators. Is that stupidity or conspiracy? And the follower of this lovely lady chanting drill baby drill, are they CEO of the big oil company? Or are they just normal citizens? Why do they care about the welfare of the big corporations? So why do we blame the rich people conspiring against us? Occam's razor. Why blame conspiracy when all this can be easily explained by the stupidity of the common mind? It's not the rich and powerful people who conspire against us. It's the stupidity of the common mind that conspire against us. Number 3, ZEITGEIST, the movie, is not about Marxism. Well, that's like arguing intelligent design is not about religion. Technically, ZEITGEIST might not be Marxism, but it's very close to communism. Comparing Marxism to communism is like comparing creationists to intelligent design. Different but similar. Number 4. Abolishment of monetary system. That I cannot agree. Money is only a tool. It's a little piece of paper that helps to keep the score. Blaming money for all the evil is like blaming the messenger for the war. The problem is not money itself, but it's the distribution of money. Just like in the old Soviet, we tried to get rid of money, but instead replace it with different sort of coupons. The only way to change is to change the government who controls the money, but not money itself. Number 5, we can build an utopian city. On paper, it's very easy to build a circular city, like the one mentioned in the Venus project, because paper is flat. But the real world has mountains, rivers, oceans, deserts, and jungles. Who is going to do the governing job? Who is going to do the mundane job? Avoiding the question by saying a robot or the supercomputer will take care of that is like saying God will take care of everything. Different name, same excuse. I don't think it's impossible, it's just not in the near future. Eventually, we'll reach the state, if we don't destroy ourselves before then. We don't have to be too pessimistic. Brasilia is the capital of Brazil, and it is a very well-planned city. From a bird's-eye view, it looks like a plane. Maybe all our cities will look like that in the future. Until then, I'm afraid most people still have to get along with old dirty Rio. Number 6. Distribute wealth according to one's need and centralize resource management. Again, it sounds very good on paper, but who's going to distribute the wealth? With the old Soviet collective mind or the new mob-rule democracy? We are only common in one thing, that is, we are all different. It's like talking about splitting the spoil before the war is won. There has to be a system to accommodate differences before we can talk about any wealth to distribute. Number 7. From 1970 to 2010, poverty doubled. That I don't think is true. In reality, poverty dropped by 80% from 1970 to 2010, mainly because of the modernization of China and India. It is true the LDC, least developed countries, becomes poorer, but the poverty of those countries were mainly due to political, religion, and civil wars, not monetary policy or conspiracy. Money is equal to debt, therefore is a Ponzi scheme. Charging interest on money is like making money out of nothing. That I do not agree. Interest is not really generated out of thin air. In theory, interest payment indicate an increase in productivity. When a farmer borrows money to buy fertilizer, the crops he produces pay for the interest. A Ponzi scheme does not involve increase in productivity. But yes, I agree with the movie that our modern monetary system is problematic. But that is only because of the deregulation of banks. Those can be fixed. What we really need is evolution, not revolution. Number 9. If we spend all our money now, we won't have enough money to pay everyone. That is true. Unless everyone is going to die tomorrow, it won't happen. And if everyone do die tomorrow, we don't really care. Humans don't live for today. We always save for tomorrow in the form of good assets of money. But yes, a disaster can happen if there's a limited resource. The resource is critical to our survival. For example, if humans must drink coffee to survive, and we only have 5 million cups of coffee for the 7 million population, then the price of coffee will increase astronomically, and our monetary system will collapse. Food we have plenty. Water is a bit of a problem. Oil would be our biggest problem. Yes, we consume as we do now. We will run into trouble, like the movie said. But again, it needs improvement upon current system. Evolution, not revolution. Number 10, we need to change the world. No, the world is fine. It's us that's the problem. Our irrational mind is the problem. We need to battle our own irrationality, modify the way we consume and vote. The battle is within ourselves and not some hidden, sneaky, powerful people. Change ourselves before we can change others. That is my message. Thank you for listening.